Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to a slightly delayed Irish Dota League Season 6 matchup tonight. This is Division 2 between BDC and I Do Revenge. My name is PK. Of course, I'm joined by the wonderful Adam and, of course, our Malou man on the production. How you doing tonight, Adam?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Looking
Was at a
forward to this
30th
game.
there. Yeah.
Oh,
Really looking
lovely.
forward to this game. Yeah, so tanked up a little bit. We have a late change, hot
A
off the
tactical tank
press.
up.
Yeah, tactical tank up has to be done. Hot off the press. The genesis of the I Do Revenge stack has gone MIA. The Pos 5 player, Mr. Onyx, not to be found, so has been replaced by Punjabi for at least this game and possibly the next one, depending on if Onyx shows up. But out from that, I believe we have no other replacements. This is it a top of the table clash in Division 2? I think it might be.
I think so, yeah. I think these guys, they both beat Creep Enjoyers, I think, right?
Yes, they both two
So
old creep enjoyers. So yeah, this
I
is the
imagine
top of the
it's top
table.
of the table, yeah.
Yeah. Both have one game played. This is their second game in the league and will undoubtedly determine who is going to end up top unless they draw the series, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting straight into this one. Razor first pick on I
Yeah,
Do Revenge.
this has gotten more popular over the last like 2 weeks, kind of out of nowhere. I think it's one of those like I think people go this Greaves build. I think you can run it in a few different positions too. You can run it one, you can run it two. You can probably run it three as well, I'm sure. But I've seen it all three in the pros in the last 2 weeks. So kind of a new pickup to the meta, but it is very strong, and I think it counters a lot of. It's always a good anti-carry hero, right? As well, especially like I think on BDC, Swiper might be the highest MMR player on that team. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're carry player. So it's always like if you drafting an anti-carry like that can be a good way to deal with a high MMR carry player.
Yeah, for sure. And the immediate follow up with the Skyrat Mage coming out from BDC here. I'm not sure if this is a specialty pick. I feel like this is kind of starting to gain traction. I'm seeing it more and
I
more
think
in
so too.
pubs
I
and
think
stuff
this is a good
recently.
hero. I think like a lot of people are picking it. Probably Pos 4. I imagine this could be a click hero. But yeah, no, I think it's definitely gotten a lot more popular again in the last few weeks. And I think it's quite strong. I mean, it wins a lot of lanes, gives you very easy burst damage. Can make your game plan very easy if you're like ganking and stuff, even against tanky heroes, you have a way to kill things. So always good. Interesting.
Yeah,
I was looking at it as well on BDC. They banned out the Enchantress Pos 2, which I'm not sure, or their second ban, sorry, which I'm not sure they normally would have done if Onyx was playing, but Punjabi is a known Ench player. So I wonder if that must be a target ban for him, I imagine. But yeah.
yeah. Punjabi used to play with BDC back when Key was running the team, I believe.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, I think that time where we were molested by Key Pudge, uh,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure Punjabi played Broodmother 3 and camped out in our top jungle for the entire game.
oh, okay.
Um, yeah, so I think I'm pretty sure. But this stack has changed a lot since then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's season 4.
So
Actually,
they'll
season
know
3 time.
his heroes at least to a certain degree.
Yeah. Whereas I suppose with players like Young Handyman and Maggie, it's a bit harder considering they're just coming back into Dota after a while away. Obviously, there are a few kind of staple heroes like the Rubik and the Puck on Young Handyman, but obviously with the new metas, there will be those differences as well. Shadow Demon. Okay, so probably both supports being picked out early here on the side of BDC. Another good hero. Decent against the Razor, but if you banish your teammates, they're not going to get saved by from the static link.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, obviously the ult is good against Razor,
Yeah.
but it's a solid, solid second pick. They can flex it between the lanes. I think Sky generally would prefer to go 4. I think, but like they can really do whatever they want with it. And always a good hero if you're good at it. Obviously, the difficulty is it's a very high skill cap hero, but for players who are good at playing it, it always has impact, I think.
Dusky.
So this could be a lane combo here. Like obviously, if you run this on the off lane, this could be a Pos 4 Tusk with a 3 Razor or something, which is always nice. Obviously, having that the ranged off lane with the Tusk tag team. But again, you can reflex the Razor anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. Interesting to see I Do Revenge. They ban out the Slark with their second ban. I want to mention this as well. I've seen Swiper has been playing a ton of Slark recently. Now I've also been told by multiple people that Slark is not good. It's not a good hero. But then the stats seem to say it is good on Dota Pro Tracker. So we'll see in this game. decisive. Well, we won't see in this game because it's banned, but I wonder. It's interesting that I Do Revenge do value it highly enough as a hero that Swiper is playing a lot of to ban.
Yeah, interesting to note. As we all know, of course, Dota 2 Pro Tracker using the highest quality data to come to those conclusions. But I will say that I know one of the people who told you that this is a bad hero, and that person did also first ban it in their series that they were playing recently. I don't know, was that in the IDL or was that in the GG League that they were playing in? But their team 100% banned it in the first phase. I did see
Oh,
that.
interesting. Okay,
So maybe you're being fed false information.
potentially. Jakiro,
Jakiro,
always
super
solid.
solid.
Doesn't
Yeah.
really feel like a Punjabi hero that much, but just from like us knowing, like having watched him over the years. But I mean, I'm sure he'll play whatever he's given, and maybe like we all know Jakiro is kind of a low skill cap hero in contrast to Shadow Demon. So I feel like if they're just like, oh, we don't play with Punjabi that much, or we haven't played with him in the team before, let's just give him something that like will have consistent impact no matter what, and Jakiro definitely feels that. So.
Yeah, just a super solid hero. Negative win rate over the last year in Dota 2 Ireland, 42% with the Tusk there at 50, sitting at a 53, and the Shadow Demon at a 56. Feels like these are the support heroes, along with the Clockwork that we're seeing time and again across all divisions in the IDL
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just D2I in general, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, I think it like that and Shadow Shaman and stuff, especially like I think at all levels it has a very high floor. You know what I mean? I think you can like it'll always have impact and it'll always win lanes and stuff. So I think that's why these heroes get such high pick rates. Dry Ranger on BDC, another swiper hero for sure. I mean, maybe their idea here is that against the Razor, it outranges the Razor, not that easy for Razor to get on top of. So they're like, okay, we take this here so they don't take it or ban it in the next ban phase. The only thing is, I Do Revenge will have two picks here after this to try target the Drow. Something they could do right now is like Spectre with the next pick, like another really strong carry hero in this meta. I'm not sure if Catalyst plays it, he probably does, but really good against both Drow and Skyrat, so that's a potential pick here maybe after. But we'll see what they pick at 27 for BDC.
Yeah, it does seem a little early to be picking your carry hero. It is kind of a bit of the folly, I guess, with BDC's draft that there's not really any flex potential across their first three picks, whereas there is on the side of I Do Revenge. Like, I mean, obviously, Jakiro Tusk is your support duo, but like the Razor could be played 2, it could be played 3, possibly
Yeah,
1 even. And it just gives that I Do Revenge that little bit more flexibility coming into like the latter stages of the draft, like this 18 pick, which is so vital as we've seen across our games.
for sure. I wonder on I Do Revenge how much flex is actually in this Razor. Okay, they go tiny. So I was wondering. I think because they picked this Razor, but like we know, we obviously play with Young Handyman. We play with Magi sometimes. I don't think either Owen or Daly like playing Razor. At least I haven't seen them play Razor. So I wonder if this pick was kind of a fake flex in the way that I actually Catalyst is the only one who plays it, and then that's why they picked the Drow on BDC because they kind of think, oh, they're actually not going to play this on 3 or 2, and then we have like a decent carry matchup into Razor because we know they're going to have to play a carry. Um, so that could be an idea here. But anyway, Tiny, another really strong hero in this patch. Good phylactery builder, really high damage, good way to get on top of the Drow. Also one of Owen's favorites / most played heroes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So
I was
I'm sure
thinking
that'll be a mid Tiny.
mid tiny almost certainly, which it does seem like we are leaving the mid pick here till the end on the side of BDC as the OD gets banned out. 7 seconds left on the reserve time for BDC. 155 left for I Do Revenge.
Yeah, loads of time. Do you have any idea like what would be a gotcha mid pick against the Tiny here for BDC?
I mean, it's kind of hard to find the gotcha picks because Tiny is just like it's such a stable laner. But something like a Necro, like high magic damage sustained, especially and with the takedown as well, from the Heartstopper aura, be pretty decent, I think.
Yeah, they did ban the
Um,
Spectre on BDC, so they um
they're seeing
identified that
through
as
this as
well. But
well. Yeah, they're seeing that it is
yeah, they
probably
banned
going
the
to be.
co-op. Could you Huskar them here on BDC?
Could I Huskar them? Absolutely, I could not. But
Yeah,
could
yeah.
you possibly?
I mean, I
Uh,
don't think the Razor matchup is very good, but it does own Tiny on mid, and it doesn't really care about Tusk and Jakiro. I think that much, but
the tick
um,
damage probably isn't too great on the Jakiro, though, is it?
but I mean, you can purge both of
Oh
his Q
yeah,
and his E, you
of
know.
course, cauterize.
Um,
Yes.
but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they'll do it because it's not as good a hero as it was with the regen nerfs as well. But just a thought about like heroes that would dumpster Tiny on the lane. I'm sure Huskar would.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I don't. As whenever it's against me, it wins all lanes, and whenever I play it, it loses all lanes. So
Fair.
yeah, it's kind of the way it goes,
Interesting seeing
unfortunately.
Tiny having such a good win rate in IDL, 22 and 16, 57.8% win rate on a high sample size. That's interesting. I never think of it as a popular hero in IDL, but it has done pretty well.
Yeah, I feel like it is
Or in
something we
Irish
don't
Dota. Sorry, I always
see.
say IDL instead of Irish Dota, but that
Yeah,
is what I mean.
I am the same. Yeah, I feel similarly. Like I feel like I see it every now and again, but I guess in our bracket, it's just not coming out as much.
Yeah, I suppose there
Um,
was. I think maybe IDL season 4. I think it was a really popular hero that a lot of people played. So maybe a lot of the sample is from that time.
yeah, we've been kind of in and out of good tiny patches for a little while now. It feels like,
Yeah.
so it is hard to know.
So they need. Well, we think. I mean, I think they're gonna run Razor as a carry, so they probably need an offlane hero here. I think that can deal with the Drow. I'm wondering, could you go like Mars here or something if Daily played it? It might not do enough damage though with Razor as your carry, but it is very good against Drow. Um,
Is something I guess a bit more bursty is probably what you're looking for. Wow, they've played literally 2 minutes of reserve time on this pick now, and it
oh,
is
there
the
we go.
Mars. Are you in there, Call?
I don't know. That's I'm proud of that one. But yeah, so it was a fake flex, I think, on Razor is the conclusion here. But yeah, so BDC will get this overall last pick on the tiny
it was
against the tiny mid.
it was a fake flex, but not the way that we thought it was. A fake flex,
No, yeah, it was.
was
We
it?
said it had to be carry.
Oh, it had to be carry. Oh, sorry. And then BDC thought it had to be offlane. Yes, sorry, apologies. Yes.
Well, no, because I think that BDC knew that it was a fake flex as well, and that's why they picked the Drow. Because I
Well,
think if they pick Drow there and leave Spectre open, they're pretty vulnerable. But I don't know, maybe not.
well, yeah, but they were banning carries. They banned
That's true too.
Spectre
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
something
Maybe they,
else.
yeah.
Last phase.
But Invoker, last pick, is this hero good? I don't
It's
see
a
it that much right
Hosakage hero.
now.
It's a Hosakage
Okay,
hero.
okay, okay,
He
okay.
played it. He played it last year in Div 2 finals. Swiper in the last game actually nearly put the team on his back on this Drow Ranger, but
Okay, sick,
for
yeah.
falling behind a little bit too much too early. In that game 5, could have had a good chance at that one. I remember.
Nice.
Um,
So question, I know in the last cast we did, we found out that was not pronounced Rexy, and in fact pronounced Rice, right?
no, if you're about to ask me about Hosakage,
I am about to ask you about Hosakage. Do you have any insight on that
let,
name? Have we been
I
butchering it for the
let
entire
me
time, or
let me get in contact with my scouts,
okay, okay, come
and
back to me.
I will come back to you. Yes. Look, they just take a little bit of time. A lot of pertinent information. They're all scrambling at the minute in the back rooms trying to find out where Onyx is.
Grand, yeah,
So
yeah, no
keeps
worries.
them
Yeah.
keeps them busy.
Fair play for putting your resources onto that, you know.
Look.
Okay, previous
I,
match 37 and 7 on Slark from Swiper, so maybe they were right to ban this. 37 kills.
Maybe that was it. They watched. They were watching his last game and were
Yeah,
like,
yeah, actually
"That's not
possible.
fucking getting through."
That is actually so possible. So they did actually, in fact, put the Tusk on Punjabi, and they put the Jahiro on Jerry. So Onyx was playing 5 for this team before, but I wonder when Punjabi's in here now, will they put Jerry 5, or they might just run the Jahiro 4 as well. That's fine too. But I wonder will they put Punjabi 5 just because he's a different player, obviously.
Yeah, it is hard to know. I suppose there is that little bit of flexibility that they have with Punjabi coming in. The scouts have told me that Hosakage is correct.
Okay, okay, nice, nice, nice.
And that is what
We're not
should be
committing hate
followed.
crimes
No,
in any
no.
way.
Only
Okay.
poor Rexy for all of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
5 games.
They took a beating from us for sure.
Yeah. But you see, they didn't do what Plouser did and put the pronunciation in their sponsor tag.
That
So,
is true.
Is it really our fault?
Do you want to do
Um,
your? Well, I mean, there's something gonna happen here, so
I think it is going to happen. As JP hiding in the trees now, the bush pervert, as a friend of ours would say, as the avalanche coming in, they get the banish in straight away. JP falling lower and lower. Punjabi coming out of that banish now. The first blood will go the way of Young Handyman, who'll be delighted to get that in the mid lane as they secure only one Mountie getting secured so far. As Swiper now getting hit with the Blood Grenade and the Dual Breath is going to go down, much like my cousin's 30th. All right for the first 30 seconds, and then it all fucking kicked off. As we see 2 kills going the way of the side of I Do Revenge.
I'm getting a clearer picture of how much you enjoyed this afternoon of yours, Paddy.
I had great fun because it wasn't kicking off because of me. There was
Fair.
free food and beer, so I mean, what is there to give?
Yeah, not much to hate then, I suppose.
No, not much to hate there. Click. I'm not sure if he's calling for a real or a fake remake. But yeah, as we get into this one, I'm going to pull up the last hits now. As yeah, that Sunstrike out doesn't. I think he got didn't get the deny on Young Handyman there.
And yeah, so obviously one thing to ask, so like they picked this Invoker last pick overall, knowing that Tiny was mid. Like I know you said it's a Hosokage hero, so I'm sure he'll play it really well. Do you think the lane is that much advantage for Invoker over Tiny, just like on average on like equal players, or no?
I think Tiny has as much base damage as
JP
we
gonna go
have.
down here.
The AP is right going down in the top lane, just to the plasma field. Didn't even have static link level at the time on the Razors. Punjabi now chasing Click off up the road. I think that Tiny has enough base damage that it doesn't really matter what Hosokage does. He's going to be able to farm fine in this lane. And I don't think there's going to be a lot that Hosokage is going to be able to do about it, to be honest.
That's fair. I think maybe their idea here was, okay, maybe we had better picks for the lane, but like they just wanted to have another hero to combo with this Tidehunter Ravage and have like, because he is going Exort on Invoker, so they're gonna go for this like Kata Ravage build, I imagine, which does mean that generally like I Do Revenge may be on some sort of timer, and it's also a good strategy I feel like, because I Do Revenge are the highest average MMR team in the division, and I think they just gained an extra 2,000 MMR adding Punjabi in this game. So maybe their idea is being able to play like that with just like double, like later in the game obviously with refreshers, like double Ravage, double Kata is a very like clear way for you to kind of outperform opponents that may be higher skill. You know, that's like a potential approach here. So I like the idea.
Yeah, and I mean, it just simplifies your execution just a little bit, right? You press, Tidehunter presses ult, and Invoker double clicks his Sunstrike spell, and your teamfight execution is done, basically. You can kind of use the rest of your spells around that. Exactly. The plasma field, the shards catching out Click here in this top lane with the not the drinking buddies, the tag team is going to go down remarkably fast there to the static link. That's a really good combo that I haven't thought of before. Sunstrike on this top lane. Catalyst is going to get low. JP spits on him there, and tries to send him off out of the lane. Isn't going to be able to get it done. Just a 1-for-0 here in the top lane in favor of the side of I nearly called them No Tormentor, but no, I Do Revenge. IDR. Swiper now getting caught out on this bottom lane, running around by the twin portal. Sabotage channeling the Watcher in the middle of his walk over there. I'm not sure his drow would be very appreciative of that, as Punjabi goes down to Hosokage's Sunstrike in the top lane, using them off cooldown here on top. First kill
really nice
going
play
away
by Hosokage
of the side of BDC.
And that's really good in this lane as well, because I imagine this Razor Tusk lane is only going to get worse over as the lane continues. Seems really strong. So getting those like kills in the side lanes with the Invoker is super impactful.
Jerry, with the imprint tag, we still need to sue him for that, as he's getting caught out here by the Sunstrike yet again. Hosokage mopping up 2 kills using the Sunstrike off cooldown from the mid lane. Somebody report my Tiny for not calling it. Toss coming out there.
Wow, that's a super big play.
Super. And speaking of tag team and the static link in the top lane, Click getting body blocked into the shards here. Double kill. This top lane is a complete and utter disaster for BDC.
It is, yeah. We've got, I mean, to be fair, the last hits are actually pretty good. Like Tide 16 last hits, Razor 15 last hits, but what is Tide's score? Oh, is Tiny going to grab Invoker?
No. Invoker ready with that cold snap.
But yeah, Tidehunter 0-3, which is obviously not a fun place to be starting this game. I'd say this is going to be like Tidehunter trying to get to the triangle as soon as possible. Maybe see if Click can stack some camps and leave this lane around like level 5 or 6, because it's going to only get tough with like extra levels of tag team, extra like levels of static link, etc.
Yeah, I mean, it already seems like a pretty dirty combo to be fighting into anyways, so
Yeah.
kind of anything more on top of that is going to make it bad, but yeah, maybe they're going to try and get the go out here onto Jerry here on this Shakiro. They are going to drop that Dissimulate down. That's not what it's called. Disseminate, not Dissimulate. He isn't Void Spirit. As the spear comes in from Maggie, the pin swiper to the tree. As we go back to the top lane and yet another tag team static link combo going down. Punjabi is going to go down in return for Click. But
I
yet
think
again,
honestly JP is going to be happy enough. Like if he's getting trade kills here on a lane they're definitely not favored on, I think he should be pretty happy.
yeah, and he's lasted it pretty well too.
He is, yeah, for sure. Yeah, like if we look at the net worth, it's only a 300 net worth lead for the Razor right now, which I think, all things considered is pretty good. And Owen, even with the 3 kills in Hosekage, Young Handyman really last hitting to a high level here and is 500 or ahead of the Invoker still on net worth. So I suppose he did get the first blood, so it's probably playing into that a little bit, but still, when your enemy mid laner has 3 kills across the map at this stage, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I can just imagine. As we have yet another tag team static link combo, the snowball there and the shards. JP caught between an icy place and an open place and is going to go down to Catalyst on the Razor. As we have the dive now coming out behind the tower, pinning Sabotage to the tree with that Disseminate.
Yeah, I think this may be the time where you can't show on the top lane anymore. Maybe at least if Skywrath is not there, you definitely cannot. Which is unfortunate, obviously. But I think I think Click was stacking him. Actually, might not have been. Maybe he was just going for a mid rune or something. But yeah, I think maybe now is the time we start stacking Triangle and get Tidehunter out of this lane because level 5 Razor, level 5 Tusk, it's just going to be too hard to
level 5, 6 minutes, or 7 minutes now. Really looking rough. They have completely lane control here with the pull coming out. Even with the equilibrium next to the tower, JP doesn't feel strong enough to stand up by the creep wave here. That being said, though, still at 24 lasted, same as Maggie down in the bottom lane.
Yeah, honestly, all things like he's doing well. I can see this snowballing even more, and you don't want to feed the Razor even more. Oh, this is a cool gate play.
It's a fantastic play. Level 6 coming up on that Razor. Even with the creeper pushed in under the tower, they're probably not going to see this one coming.
They've no 6 on Mars.
Haven't popped yet. They've managed to get the pull back, but they do have the 6 on the Razor. Swiper now standing in behind the tower. They are ready to go here. They are going to run in with the snowball. Being brought through is Catalyst. They're going to get the static link down onto Swiper, who's going to get all his damage stolen while being banished there. Sabotage now being taken care of by Punjabi as they get the kill onto Swiper with the whip from Razor and the secondary whip with the double kill onto Catalyst in the mid lane. Click has roamed now to the mid lane. Hosekage dropping down the meatball as well as the cold sand. They're going to drop the blood grenade down as well as those arcane flares. Arcane bolts even, but Young Handyman's kind of here for it. He's just gonna run in.
Nice kill. Really nice kill.
Pops the soul ring, throws the tree at him, fucks a creep at him as well for good measure, taking down Hosekage and mopping up that tree killing spree that his team have been using to fatten him up for the eventual mid kill.
Yeah, nice play by Owen there to finish him off with the level 4 toss. Really good map movements by REVEGE here. That's something that like you have to worry about. And Catalyst did this in their last game as well. A really effective gate rotation. I think what happens is when, especially in a game like this, where your Razor's so far ahead from all these kills, you can't like your ability to make these gate plays is so much higher because you're not worried about if nothing happens, I just lost like 3 waves of creeps and now I'm behind. Like he's already has a ton of net worth at that stage. Even if the gank doesn't go to plan, your hero's still in a good place. So that's always something you have to be worried about if the lane has kind of gone the way it has.
Yeah, and what's the strategy now if you're BDC where you're kind of, well, not really, you have 3 losing lanes. What's the play here to get you back into it?
I think you're just gonna have to delay. Like Drow does not want to fight for like another 15 minutes. Invoker, especially modern Invoker, now he has the Midas, so that's actually a pretty fine timing. But yeah, he's gonna have to he's going for this Atos next. So I mean he can fight then, but right now he basically has no items at all because he has his Midas in his inventory. So he's not gonna want to fight for another probably 5 to 10 minutes. And then Tidehunter, I mean, I don't know what his build is going to be. Probably this normal Vaz build, but basically no one on BDC wants to fight. So you just got to
Handyman coming down here with the invis rune. They had the scan off there earlier from Punjabi as he came through the gate, setting up on this for the past couple of minutes as they are going to catch out Click now in Maggie's arena, bounced off the walls, coming in with the spears. Young Handyman getting the finish off there, and they are going to get the tier 1 tower bot.
Yeah, and
Really good heads-up play.
this is very scary for BDC because, as I said, no one on their team wants to fight, and the tempo on the side of I Do Revenge is really high right now. Maybe that was a conscious decision by them. I didn't think about that in the draft, but the Razor is a good tempo hero. Like, it's just one of those heroes that it gets to like this kind of critical mass where, like, if you're ahead, no one on the enemy team can kill it, and it definitely that might happen here, and they might just start pressuring all the towers, knowing that there's no core on the side of BDC that wants to fight right now.
No, not at all. Even with the like having the Ravage up, you've only got ultimate on 3 of your 5 heroes, whereas they're all up except for on the Jakiro now on the side of I Do Revenge.
Yeah.
As they are going to throw the meatball down here in the mid lane. Young Handyman just going to throw a creep at him, say, here, have this, big man. Catch one of them. Making the invade play now. They are going to maybe spot out the stacks here. Punjabi getting the Watcher is going to get spat on by JP. Hostakage is coming over. They're going to throw the concussive shot from Click, who sets up the tornado from Hostakage. The shards not quite enough to be able to get him away from the Tidehunter, as he is going to have the snowball save for himself. Now Ice Wall being dropped. Sabotage is coming down here too. They are going to throw in the Walrus Punch, and they are going to get the kill on Punjabi. Young Handyman has now caught himself out in between a rock and a hard place here in the river in the middle, and they're going to drop the Ravage as well as the Sunstrike. Catalyst is here now. Jerry throwing in that ice path is going to be able to secure the escape for his carry. But yeah, two for one in favor of the side of BDC there. Just as we were kind of counting them out and saying how none of them wanted to fight.
Yeah, you'll take that on BDC. I mean, Tusk obviously just kind of trying to mess around with the enemy, but Owen getting caught there, then kind of unfortunate. Tide does go down, but not an important kill really for I Do Revenge. So yeah, you'll be happy with that. And every single one of these small kills is going to give them an extra 30 seconds, an extra minute or two of time to like get extra farm on this Drow, get extra farm on the more Midas uses on the Invoker. So they really just are trying to like tread water until the heroes get strong.
Yeah, and I suppose just finding these like little skirmishes where they step a little bit too far out with their brass bollocks on the side of I Do Revenge, and trying to capitalize on those moments, I guess, because it's kind of hard for you to set up on your side of the map when they're grouped together.
Yeah, tough for Young Handyman as well. That was a death right before his Blink Dagger too, so he will have it coming out now, but he just delays that a slight bit. But yeah, still the Razor and the Tiny, the two most farmed heroes on the map by a pretty significant margin for the Razor. And he has his Maelstrom now, so going a farming build, not just like a kind of run at them build, so that will only continue to grow, I'm sure. Drow also not really a fast farmer until you get this Ags. That's kind of one of the issues with this hero. I mean, it's fine, but you have to really manage mana and stuff with your multi-shot.
It is interesting to note that the Invoker is going the Archon build, which is buy Rod of Atos after you buy your Midas, instead of just going for something like the Bots of Travel into the Ags. Obviously, like I said, this is a Hosakage hero. I'm not going to pretend to know more about it than he does. But I feel like a lot of the high-level Invokers don't ever really bother with picking up the Atos for the lockdown.
Yeah, I would imagine the idea is here they're trying to play with the. I mean, I imagine he knows that the rest of his team doesn't want to fight for a bit, and also besides Ravage, they don't really have that much good lockdown for Skywrath ulti, for example, or in general. So I think this is just kind of like, okay, we need one of our heroes to kind of be able to play in the next like 5 to 10 minutes, and I think that's what the idea behind this is. So I actually don't hate it at all. I think they probably do need some sort of lockdown like that. We also did get the 6 on the Skywrath now, which is pretty impactful for the fights. Tusk on Punjabi running through the Radiant triangle here again, seeing if there's any more stacks, but I think JP has taken them all at this stage already.
Little bit excessive using the Walrus Punch on the courier there, Punjabi.
Style points.
But does get the job done in any case, as they are maybe looking to make the invade play now on to the Shrine of Wisdom. Sabotage not going for it straight away, is going to get the banish in, not going to get caught out by that ice pad. It looks like they're going to sacrifice the Wisdom Shrine here, as Young Handyman does blink in the Disseminate, going right down onto this Tiny, to getting the TP coming in from Hosakage. Punjabi going straight onto Swiper. They're going to drop the Ravage, and the ultimate coming in from the Skywrath Mage. Sunstrike not going to be able to connect, but they do get the kill onto Young Handyman. Swiper going to throw the multi-shot back, not going to be able to get the kill. Hosakage managing to find Jerry there as Click cleans up Punjabi. They fight around this Wisdom Shrine, and they do manage to hold it, as well as JP managing to pick it up there, and it looks like they're going to go on to the top tier 1 tower.
I kind of have no idea how they lost this fight on Dire. Like Swiper was almost dead for 10 seconds. Oh, so we'll look at the replay here.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the replay.
I really have no idea how this happened. Because
It's a
Swiper
bit.
almost died. I mean, he didn't die, or he did die in the end, but he almost died for ages. And then, what did so much damage? Was it Sunstrike?
No, I don't think the Sunstrike connected. So they had the Ice Path coming in.
So
Oh,
Owen comes
Notice
in.
shot coming in. Yeah, it gets the silence. And he's just low on the thing. Huge ravage coming in as there is a smoke play happening live now, but we're just looking at it. They managed to get Young
Okay,
Handyman as we had to
they're
go
going
out
back
here
in.
coming in from Maggie. They're going to go straight in with that Mars Arena, get the 2 kills onto Hosakage, onto Sabotage. Young Handyman, after falling in the top lane, is going to pick the 2 of them up with his giant tree. Nice
I
counterplay.
think the moral of the story is they executed pretty well on Radiant in that fight and managed to obviously team fight pretty well. And they also had no Mars, so I think Maggie had just gotten the Blink Dagger, but wasn't able to connect to that fight because it was kind of so far in the Radiant side of the map. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it just took a while to get there, so I think that's why. But anyway, he uses Blink Dagger there, gets 2 kills with Arena. I think all is happy again for ID Revenge.
Punjabi going walkies here. May run into an Invoker.
Notably, Catalyst on the Carry Razor here, approaching almost a 4,000 net worth lead over the enemy Drow Ranger right now,
Oh my
which
god.
is quite crazy. An entire item at 16 minutes basically ahead. So that is very scary.
Person as they are going to come out with the Rod of Ato Sunstrike into the meatball and a nice little solo pick off there from Hosakage. I can
Yeah,
see the benefit of it now, just being able to find those quick kills like that.
yeah, for sure. Swiper with a
Um,
really cool farming pattern over here, by the way, all the way up in the top dire safe camps up here, which is kind of cool. Hopefully she doesn't run into Razor because that would spell Swiper's end, I imagine. But
it would be
um,
Doom, would it?
it would be pretty doomer, yes. But yeah, that's a really nice kill by Invoker, nice clean kill by Hosakage. And again, all those small kills will just buy the rest of his team a little bit more time too. Tidehunter going Ags first here. Interesting. I'm not sure what the build is really on Tidehunter. I know a lot of people go Vlads and they go Shard and stuff, but yeah, this might just be. I mean, is this maybe more of a farming build? I don't know. Do people buy Ags to farm, or what the story is? But he's actually not far away from it, so it is obviously a strong item.
I'm not even going to pretend to know what the Tidehunter build is, to be honest with you. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure at some point, if you're trying to play with Sunstrike and Invoker is going for this Ags next, so you'll probably want a Blink Dagger and a BKB maybe. But yeah,
maybe
for
Shard
now,
too.
it is
Probably
the
good with Cataclysm.
yeah, for sure. It's not even the best Shard game ever, actually. I suppose like none of these heroes are that flighty, so you might skip it for a little bit. I'm not sure what they'll decide on JP,
Can
but
you grab someone into Tusk Snowball while they're dead in the
that's a good
water?
question. I'm not sure actually. It's very possible you might not be able to. They're
Maybe
ganging up
you
on
can't
JP
cast it
bottom
as they
here.
are just going to run straight at him here
Ooh,
with the spear into arena combo. That's the fella that's played a couple of games on Mars.
yeah.
Liquid Fire coming back in from Jerry as well, just to be able to pick up the kill. Punjabi getting that one as they are going to make the go out onto the tier 2 bottom here. And I can't imagine that BDC are going to do anything in defense. They're still trying to get their items online. The
Yeah,
Invoker is
really,
kind of
really
the
nice
great
skill
hope here.
by Magi there. And this tower will fall.
First tier 2 falling at 18 minutes. No glyph available. Young Handyman managing to find Click next to his tower. Pretty easy kill there with the Blink Avatas combo.
Yeah, a
Um,
lovely matchup there for the Tiny. Like they love playing Tiny. You love these. Oh, Shadow Demon. I've been alerted Shadow Demon also has a Midas. So really playing for this late game on the side of BDC, hoping they can stall it out with
this is the mental health Midas as Young Handyman is making the go out, and yet another Avatos combo is going to go in onto Sabotage. Going to cast a Disseminate on himself. The Avatos combo wasn't quite enough. I was just going to comment on how this was a really good farming pattern for the Tiny, as Maggie does manage to pick up the kill in the end.
a good
But
hero
yeah,
farming pattern.
yeah, very good hero farming pattern.
Yeah.
Um,
Lovely. Yeah, I mean, ID Revenge just have so much map control right now. They have these heroes that can pick off really easy. As I said, Tiny loves these squishy support heroes. You can just jump and kill with the phylactery and stuff. And yeah, it's really hard for BDC right now. I mean, the Drow and Swiper's doing a really good job of finding space while they can hopefully get the Saganum Scepter soon, which is a really big farm speed buff. But while that's all happening, ID Revenge are probably just going to take all your towers, and I imagine a Roshan after that too.
Yeah, and they don't really have the answer for it at all here on BDC. Hosakage now maybe getting himself caught out with that spear into arena combo. Does get the kill on Jerry. Will fall to Catalyst and the rest of the team in response.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I imagine he knew what he signed up for there. Maybe he's like, okay, I'm just gonna do something to keep our team kind of alive and have some momentum. But yeah, all 4 heroes were there. It was probably pretty obvious he was gonna get jumped after killing
Oh,
the hero.
Swiper, I do not think you want to be near this Tormentor at this time, my friend. And
Oh,
maybe
he's legging it.
realizing that he's tucking his tail between his legs, running off up the road. And is going to TP back to base as they pick up the Tormentor on the side of I Do Revenge. Nice one for
They do
Jerry.
they do add a lot, especially now when they start to go high ground on I Do Revenge. When they get this Drow Aghanim Scepter, it does add a lot in terms of high ground defense as well. Like the multi-shot slow is just so oppressive with the Ags. And it'll be really good against these tanky heroes on I Do Revenge. So that is a really big timing for them, and I'm sure that's what they're waiting for. How is Invoker doing on? I mean, still a bit away from the Aghanim Scepter, but finished the travels as well. So yeah, I Do Revenge kind of retreating into their side of the map for a minute. I don't know if it's just someone's trying to finish an item timing, maybe. Razor just finishes Manta, and then I imagine Roche or this tier 2 mid will be the next objective. JP is very much
not looking to get into a row over the double damage rune there in the bottom.
He did finish this Ag, so as long as he doesn't get punished for it, like by not having another tanky item in the next kind of minute or two, this will probably pay off for farming a lot. I suppose you can probably clear away. Maybe this entire thing could just be like, okay, we just need to keep the waves pushed out, and like we're gonna have our Drow Ranger on high ground, and this is how we delay the game. We just kill every wave with Drow multi-shot and Tide Q with the Ags, and then hope they can't push in time, and then we win in the late game. That could be the strategy here.
Yeah, I guess it's what you got to kind of hope for, and maybe hope for a kind of a fuck up on the high ground push coming in from I Do Revenge, and look at that kind of opportunity to find an opening and turn the game around.
Yeah, now they are invading again here. Ward down from Jerry. Punjabi has the Blink Dagger now, so that will make playmaking a little bit easier for I Do Revenge even.
Sabotage is going to be farming up a storm here in the bottom lane. Yeah, tier 2 last to fall looks like it's rather an inevitability right now. Razor not going to make the go out over to that side of the jungle. Would have found himself a Drow Ranger. Not sure how that would have ended for him as they spot out click. Blink, no toss. Toss coming in then right as just before he gets silenced. Has the haste rune. Has the DD as well. And yep. Like I was talking about inevitability.
Click knows he's gonna be food this game.
Yeah.
Which in a way, I like the way I feel like he hasn't got a defensive item here. He's just gone straight for this Atos. And in a way, I kind of like it. Like, obviously, you could go Glimmer and stuff for the Tiny, or you could go Force Staff and something. But maybe the idea is, like, no matter what, if they get on you, you're going to die anyway. So you might as well have an offensive item that gives your team another way to play these fights. So I kind of like that, I think. And they do go straight into Roche here. So, as we said, they take this tier 2 tower mid, and they're going to push their advantage pretty swiftly. Invoker, though, is now second on the network chart. So he has been using this Midas effectively, obviously, and off cooldown, and he's about to finish Ags. And it does seem like, even with this Aegis, which I mean is obviously good against this Kata Ravage, but that they should have a good way to defend with this Ags coming up in Invoker. So.
Yeah, they will. And of course, Sabotage as well with his mental health Midas is starting to climb back up the net worth as well, approaching the Tusk now on that pos 5.
Yeah.
So he's starting to claw back just a little bit, but a 9k net worth lead as the first Roche goes the way of Catalyst here on 24 minutes.
Yeah, JP a little bit outside the. Yeah, I was going to say.
As the counter Ravage being dropped, those spear into the wall, going to be getting shield bashed by those soldiers. The Cataclysm coming in though does have the Yules to save himself on the Mars. Isn't going to really have much effect as the Macabari gets dropped down on the JP. Catalyst managing to get the kill onto him here. Is getting low on JP though, only about 20% HP. EMP not quite connecting there as they are going to reset here on the side of I Do Revenge. Buyback coming in from Sabotage there, but very nearly turning into what could have been a decent fight.
Yeah, really heads up Yule's usage and purchase by Daily or Magi here on the Mars. Like a lot of people, if you go, a lot of people will go Yule's first and then Blink, or I mean, you can do Blink and then Yule's too. But I mean, I wonder if when he bought this, is also like, okay, this is really good against Kata, which we're obviously playing into. Now they are smoking out to try kill Catalyst, even with the Aegis here. So let's see if that connects. There is no Kata for 3 seconds. Oh no, that's Meatball. Tusk breaking in the back line.
Yeah, as they are going to have the shards now coming in as well. He's disarmed now on the Razor as the first, the Aegis is going to go down. Swiper with that silence onto Punjabi. They are going to try and bit a hasty retreat here now on the side of BDC. Click getting quite low. Only 1 or 2 more punches from that Tiny is all it's going to take. Is going to drop his ultimate down. They catch out Swiper on the side. The toss coming in onto Sabotage. And it's a 4-1 in favor of the side of I Do Revenge, who only have to lose the Aegis as they make the push onto the high ground now.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much this was a play that needed to happen. Like you were kind of playing for this really good high ground defense with the gush and the drow, but like leaving the high ground when your drow has so little, and when you didn't have Kata up, you didn't have Ravage up, seems a little bit crazy. But they obviously just wanted to see if they could exploit them being split on the map, but it didn't work out. So this should be Elena Rax at least. That is die back on Shadow Demon. Drow is going to come in a second, so maybe they can push them away a bit. We'll see.
Depends on how disciplined they are. Maybe they are just going to keep going for the racks here, realizing that they can't really do much without the Shadow Demon ultimate.
Be a little
Hosakage looking to make the go out here. EMP and the Tornado going down. Will have the root from the Atos after. Isn't going to cast it on himself. Cast the Alacrity. Get the end of those illusions of the Razor.
I mean, they save your lane racks. Yeah. So even with all that, the gush was enough. They're not. It's not a very fast pushing team on Radiant outside of the Tiny. I don't think Razor pushes tower particularly quickly. You can't use. It doesn't take away. It doesn't work on buildings, does it? The ulti on Razor for the armor. I don't think so. It doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah. So they weren't able to get any racks. So I mean, it's more delay here on Radiant.
As our good friend Limmy says, a bit like Brexit, delay. They are trying to draw this one out here. My Shadow Demon's mental health Midas was stuck on 2 charges there for a little bit as well, unfortunately.
So was Aaron Volker's purposeful Midas.
No. So mechanical Midas and mental health Midas. They're very, very different things that you'll learn quite a lot about if you come to D2I. And if you're looking to come to D2I, Dota2Ireland.com for all the latest statistics, standings, and results from the Irish Dota League, as well as the upcoming LAN slated for the weekend of the 19th and 18th of April in Belfast, possibly. Exclamation mark IDL in the chat, or exclamation mark Discord if you'd like to get involved in the Discord. We'd love to have you along. Nice quick little ad read there that I forgot to do before the game started.
That's why you're the king, Patter. You know, you just...
That's why, is it?
Yeah, that's exactly that. Your ability to squeeze small ad reads into the game.
It's Irish Dota League broadcast. Yes.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Now, one thing to say, like looking at this, Drow got that Aghanim Scepter, I think, like 8 or maybe 7 to 8 minutes ago, and she hasn't gotten anything else since. So, despite this being a good farm, they might find her here as well. Or will they go on the Tidehunter? Oh, they're definitely coming in.
They are going to find her. The silence isn't going to connect. The 4 heroes are ganged up on him, and Swiper. No more swiping for him.
Yeah, this ward here from Dyer catching out the Drow. But anyway, I was about to say, this Drow has not found any space to farm in the last few minutes, even with the Aghanim Scepter. So, could really do with this Dragonlance and a few more items, BKB, etc., if they're going to def this high ground. But it is a dangerous high ground for them to go into, there's no doubt.
Yeah, interesting to see them not forcing the issue a little bit more with the Drow being dead, but I suppose they probably didn't have the creep wave coming in. Is going to be up soon, but they are going to make the return back up onto the high ground as young Handyman express delivery of his carry onto the high ground. But no, very disciplined. Drow spawns, we leave.
Yeah, this Razor is so farmed this game. More than 10,000 net worth ahead, or almost 10,000 net worth ahead of the enemy carry, and just incredibly rich on Catalyst. Owen also and Johanna doing a really good job keeping up net worth this game. Sometimes Tinies can kind of fall behind, especially if you're skirmishing a lot, but like not getting all the kills. But really rich, has his Kanda now, plus the BKB. And even I think I thought Daily or Magi had a
Oh,
scythe
as they
queued
are
up.
going to make the jump out here. A little bit of a beta, but the BKB being popped out by Young Handyman. The Cataclysm and the Ravage coming in. Not going to be able to find the kill. Click immediately buying back. They're going to have the Mars Arena. It's not going to connect with the follow-up spear into the wall. They are going to drop the Skyrat ulti straight down onto Maggie, who's going to have
Could
that
be
Yules.
good.
Is going to get rooted down on Catalyst. They're falling lower and lower here, but are they going to be able to find the kills? The Young Handyman getting the toss onto Click now. Is getting low. Jerry with that ice path. They are going to spit and the gush down onto Catalyst, who is going to go down with a 10 kill streak falling there. 2,000 gold going the way of BDC with the
No.
Avatos combo from Young Handyman. Finding the double kill is going to go down on Young Handyman as the Tiny crumbles into pebbles on the floor. Maggie trying to get the back out here. They are going to have the Glepnir. Yet another proc of this godly use. The ice wall going down. The spear as well, but surely this is the end. My only friend. As down goes Maggie. Jerry, the only one to survive from all that.
I mean, it was kind of good. Like, there is a 17k net worth lead, which is worrying, but they did kill Razor and they killed the other cores too. The only issue that last play when Tiny gets the double kill, I mean, really well played by Owen, obviously, or Young Handyman, but I feel like there has to have been a way to kill this Tiny without losing 2 more heroes here. And you were seeing Drow in this fight really struggling, not having the Dragonlance. I feel like there was at least 2 or 3 extra kills she would have been able to pick up just with the extra bit of range in this fight that she wasn't able to get attacks off on. But yeah, Owen really a knife to the throat with that double kill there at the end. And despite holding, which they did do, not really gaining too much on the net worth side, even with the Razor kill here. So, but if there's a bit of space, there might be more time here now. They'll be a bit more scared on Radiant potentially going in.
They did burn 2 buybacks though on Click and on the Tidehunter as well of JP.
That is a scary one for sure.
Yeah. The win condition is on the board now for the side of I Do Revenge. It's just a matter about getting it. As the Roche can respawn in 15 seconds, we are going to wait to see when the timer, will it be long or short for them?
Yeah. Now there is items though that can really make this like a lot more difficult. Like they're going Refresher now on Tide, they're going Refresher now on Invoker. So the game plan is set. It's just about can they get there before the Dire push in their racks and in their throne. Interesting to see Daily on Magi on Mars has swapped his item build like 3 times here. He was going to go Scythe, then bought out for the Deso, then was going to go Scythe, is now buying out for the Satanic. So obviously deciding the Scythe is not what's necessary here. But yeah, many different decisions being made.
Why does my Mars have no charges on his Desolator?
Your Mars just bought his Deso, so that's
okay.
I mean, he was there for the last fight, but I think maybe he died before anyone else died. I don't know.
I know he was the last to survive, but mustn't just have had it ready to go there. Or be in I don't know, is there a range component as a part of that?
Yeah. Drow really needs to just hit creeps, but it's so hard for them right now. The enemy hero is almost at the same net worth as the Drow Ranger of the Radiant. But I mean, it's obviously not his fault. Like the lane was hard, and they've had 0 map space, so it's not a player issue. It's been a really hard game to find farm, and obviously heroes like will they find Daily up here on top?
Young Handyman has just come through the portal, as has Jerry. They are going to drop the Cataclysm as well as the Ravage, and immediately start a bit of hasty retreat as they realize that the enemy heroes have just come through the gate there.
I mean, this is a big kill,
giving the valuable vision, but yeah, really, really good kill. As the as Click drawing some lines on the map,
straight to the throne. He says,
"Yes, straight to the throne. Run it down the lane." As they are going to pick up the second Tormentor here for the side of I Do Revenge.
Yeah, Drow completing the Pike, I think, which is very big. Definitely such a super core item on Drow, and now getting the Shard as well. So I think Pike plus Ags plus Shard is kind of the core high ground defense build. They should have everything they need to kind of defend, do the damage they need, and hopefully stop any high ground pushes. But yeah, I wonder is Daily going to regret not having a BKB now in the next? Like, is he? I'm sure he's going to finish his Satanic. He's already bought the 2 other pieces, but if he ends up dying again with no BKB in some of the next fights, he might have some regrets not just going the straightforward build.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see. I mean, that was just a bit unfortunate. It was just a targeted thing, right? All 5 of them are there. They're going to use Ravage Cataclysm on you. Like, what can you do?
Yeah, for sure. Interesting, Catalyst has also just finished Satanic, which is a super strong item on Razor, probably one of the strongest timings on this hero. Just like the hero's already tanky enough, and you're stripping all the armor the whole time with the ulti, and then to get this like a full regen and stuff with the auto attacks from the static link as well, it's really, really strong. So yeah. 17k net worth lead. As much as we're trying to cope him a bit about the Radiant high ground defense, it is still very firmly a lead from the I Do Revenge side right now.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. 18k now. Which incidentally, 10k of that is just the difference between
Drow
Razor
and Razor,
Drow. As they are looking to make the bot here. Onto the high ground. Roche is up. But they are just going to hit this bottom set of racks. Or what's left of it anyways. As they have the EMP Tornado combo. Tornado will catch out Daily. EMP not so much. Catalyst just walking back up here. They are going to hit him with the Gleipnir. Immediately dispelled. Gush coming in. Going to root the wrong person on click. The wrong hero as it's the illusion. Maggie just jumping straight on the backline. The counter ravage getting dropped and the banish coming in straight away. BKB's being popped all over the shop as the liquid frost and the macropyre getting dropped in the middle of the arena. JP now caught out with that tag team and that static link. They are going to get Hosakage and click on Pujabi in the background. Swiper now getting the silence on to Catalyst, but the right clicks coming in onto Sabotage. He gets thrown back by the Mars. They are going to be right outside the fountain, getting the kill onto the Drow Ranger.
Just be it. Excellent arena from Magi there, or Daily, and yeah, the whole team running around it perfectly. I mean, their jump is just so good, and they've so much more network. You can see the flurry of BKBs used by the Dire and the 0 BKBs on the side of the Radiant might just be the difference in this one. And yeah, Arena obviously super strong if you know BKB. And Invoker, I mean, he almost has Refresher here, but not able to get the cat off or any spells in this fight, completely frozen the entire time. And yeah, excellent execution from I Do Revenge.
Yeah, excellent execution. Again, much like the 30th that I was at earlier, in the race for dinner, it was over before it started as the big hairy fella got to jump on the rest of them and was able to get the job done.
Who is the big hairy fella in this one? Is it Daily? Is that what you're saying?
In this one, yes. At the 30th for the dinner, absolutely not. Yeah, no comment. As they do get the mega creeps to fall here on the side of I Do Revenge. They're going to play disciplined, back off for the Roshan here in the top plate, and then make the final GG push.
Yeah. Megas are taken. Oh, I feel like they're going to be really kicking themselves on BDC in this one, because I actually don't think they were far away from this recipe of defending. Like, they were decently close to a Refresher and Tide, like 2000. Invoker basically could buy one right now. Yeah, he could buy out for it right now. And that could have been it. But then in this fight, they were just so gathered together. Such an easy, not an easy, very, it's obviously a difficult arena, but just like when the arena goes down there on 3 heroes, the fight's instantly over for them. And yeah, they're got to feel like they were close to defending. I mean, who knows? There might be a Mega's defense we can watch along here. But yeah,
it is a 30k network lead.
It is. It's a tough one now to come back from, especially with Drow still not really able to find any gold in this game.
No. Second Aegis, like the second breakfast, going the way of the highest priority character here. Niche little Lord of the Rings reference for you there that didn't really come off even in my own head. As they are going to be running it straight down the mid lane now with the mega creeps. See, will they be able to find the fight again? Buyback is back up now and click, but none of the rest of them. Catalyst just jumping straight in onto JP. The spear from Mars not quite connecting. Half HP now, quarter HP, 20%. The phylactery with the tree toss is enough to get the job done. JP is gone now for 75 seconds. Will have the buyback ready to go and is going to drop it immediately. They have the Roshan's banner here. The Yules has been used. They're going to drop the Ravage. Cataclysm coming in onto Catalyst is going to get broken as well. Getting caught up with the counter initiate though is Young Handyman with that Avatos. He is going to be able to get him on JP, who's going to be down now. The silence going out onto Young Handyman. The second Cataclysm coming in. They do have the Ags Macropyre though right in the middle of the fight as they are going to wipe them off the map on the side of BDC as the Ancient becomes exposed. Creeps protected by the Roshan's banner into the Ancient, into the fountain even. Goes Catalyst. The GG is called. And it's a 38-minute I Do Revenge victory in game 1 of this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, even there, they got their spells off really well. The Tide Ravage was perfect, caught like 3 heroes. We'll see some of it here. Yeah, Tide TP's in, blinks in, and catches even the Mars, who's a bit far away here, but managed to catch him at the end of the REVEGE. Oh, actually doesn't. But anyway, yeah, really good kata, kills Razor first time. But you can just tell, like, even this Jakiro Ags macro pyre that's about to come down in a second does so much, and the amount of jump. Punjabi gets really good jump here now in a second, I think, as well. And just, I don't know. As much as I think they executed what they could in this game at the end here, the net worth lead was just too oppressive. And yeah, ID Revenge taking this one pretty convincingly.
Yeah, pretty convincingly, but there was definitely quite a lot of space for BDC to show what they were about there, and it was apparent to see that like with that refresher cataclysm, if they just had one or two more key items on their core heroes, it could have been a completely different high ground fight.
Yeah, there was a game plan. I think
Yeah.
the carry issue was the biggest one in this game. Like I think Hoskag, I mean not like I think Invoker was great. I think they could definitely pick this again. I think the Drow just had too tough a lane, and then obviously the map just got ran in too much and there was nowhere to farm. I think if you were playing, and I think this is what we found, like over the, I mean this is not a doesn't have to be a general principle for everything, but I think against teams that are higher armor more than you have to focus maybe on winning the lanes a little bit more because in your draft, because if they do win the lanes, they're just gonna like they're they're higher skilled, they're just gonna close in the map and they're gonna take the game. And I think in this game the bottom lane didn't do amazing. The top lane obviously was really tough against Razor and Tusk. And maybe in the next game they can go in and be like, okay, let's just prioritize maybe these better laning heroes, make sure Swiper has a game, and see where they can run from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see, will they be able to put that game plan to good use in the next game? Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to the Irish Dota League Season 6. This is the Division 2 matchup between I Do Revenge and BDC. I Do Revenge took Game 1 in pretty emphatic fashion after a not very long drawn out, pretty a decisive win coming out of the laning
Yeah.
stage. This is PK and Adam taking you through this one with, of course, the fantastic Malou on our obs. And what's the plan now for BDC coming back into this one, do you think?
I think it is like I was kind of saying at the end of the last game. I think it is just like let's have better lanes. They banned this Razor, which I like. They may not have known this was tech that I Do Revenge were going to pull out. It is kind of like a newer hero to the meta and a hero that not everyone plays, especially to a high level. But Catalyst really put on a show last game, so I think this is a good ban. It just makes the game really hard to play into. Like it's tanky, it does a lot of damage, it's oppressive. It's just it's an annoying hero to play into, especially from behind. So I like that. And they don't want to see the daily Bat Rider either, apparently. And yeah, let's just pick some better lanes, get Swiper a hero he can play on. I think he's their highest and more player. I might be wrong, but yeah, let him have a game is certainly a good recipe to do better and see where it goes from there.
Yep, and pretty standard. I think this is pretty similar to what I Do Revenge banned at the start of the first game. I think the Night Stalker was a phase 2 ban last time.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
yes.
They are targeting JP, so I wonder he must play these heroes a lot with both those bans. Legion, I do really like. I think Legion is a good hero for like teams trying to punch up a bit. Sometimes it just makes like team fighting very easy, especially if you get like a couple of jewels early. Makes like you can kind of just pile damage on top of it. And then Night Stalker is obviously very good against a lot of heroes, especially mid heroes. So maybe Owen just not wanting to have to deal with that later in the game. Supports as well, obviously, but
Yeah.
Jakiro coming out, so they do run this again. Jerry played really well with it last game. Got a really early Ags, I think. It was super impactful in some of the later team fights, but yeah, a really strong hero. I suppose on BDC they banned a couple of other heroes, including the Tusk, which I mean, I think the Tusk is a good ban because it also is pretty good from ahead. Like it just sets up lots of easy kills, and then also it's a good laner with any of these ranged carries like Wind Ranger, like Drow, like Razor. So kind of it blocks them having to play into a lane like that.
As the Snapfire comes out. Interesting that I Do Revenge burn more reserve time in that first pick of this game than they did across the entire first 2 pick and ban phases. Sorry, first 2 pick phases and first 3 ban phases of the last game.
Yeah, what did they pick the first pick last game? Razor. Okay, so maybe they didn't think that. Maybe they thought they'd get that again, and they had to kind of rejig what their priority system was then. Snapfire first pick is interesting. It's not at the same level it was a couple of patches ago, in which it was definitely first pick material every time. But maybe there's a player who really likes it on BDC, so flexible on 4 and 5 as well. Not really a hero you can put core right now, I don't think, unless you're being really crazy. But yeah, not showing too much either team here.
Yeah, not really showing too much at all. Just 2 support picks probably coming out, as they do get the respect ban on the Tidehunter. And I mean, yeah, I actually like that ban. It's just it makes the team fight easy to execute. You just jump in the middle and press ult, right?
Yeah, and I do think JP played it quite well last game. Like
I agree.
He had a tough lane. They still got a couple of kills. He farmed quite well. He got this early Ags, and all his ravages were pretty on point. I mean, they were down by a lot by the time he really got to play the game. But I do think he did the best what he could last game. So
interesting. Sorry, go on.
No, just saying Omni Knight ban coming out for BDC. Another hero that's like kind of like some people love it, some people hate it. I feel like it is kind of a specialty hero in that way. And the Shadow Fiend.
Interesting. I suppose at least there is a little bit of flex potential for that, because it could go 1 or 2.
Yeah,
probably 1, being realistic.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Modern SF doesn't really play 2. I don't think.
Yeah, and it's a deny ban or pick as well against Catalyst, who played this in his first game against Creep Enjoyers. And he was played extremely well in that game. And I also think, I mean, I don't play it and we don't see it that much on carry in our ranks, but I do think at the higher ranks, this is fastly becoming like the most broken carry hero of the patch, maybe at least top 3 for sure. So cool that they get to lock it in early and also deny it from the enemy.
That doesn't look like a Frost Dragon DK.
It does not, no.
Viper coming out here. Is this the daily offlane hero, do you think?
Definitely could be. I could so see Daly being a Viper player in that way. I don't think Owen really plays it. I mean, I think he has games on it, but I don't think it's his like favorite mid hero by any means. And it seems a little not dynamic for Owen. Like I'm sure they'll give it to him if the matchup is what they want, but maybe they'll decide to put it mid if the SF is mid, or otherwise they'll run it off lane against a safe lane. But I do really like Viper into SF. I mean, obviously for all the magic damage you have the E, but mainly it's just about getting the ulti, the Viper Strike onto the SF completely stops him doing any damage in the fights with the attack speed slow and the movement slow. So yeah, really, really good pick.
Oh, Ringmaster, interesting.
So
Young
Punjabi,
handyman.
Punjabi Ringmaster, go on, sorry.
Yeah, young handyman loves this hero even though he's not playing support. Has told me a few times.
It is a cool hero. I think it's a really sick hero.
Yeah. It is pretty funny how Valve had a massive hit and then a complete miss with Kez and then another massive hit with Largo.
Yeah. I mean, I think Kez is like, as a Kez player, I think it just needs a little bit of tweaking in one direction or the other, but it rides a middle ground too much right now. And also the fact that no one wants to play it, like, must tell you that you done something wrong with this, you know. It was like Largo, everyone loves playing Largo. Most people love playing Ringmaster, you know, so.
As someone who used to shred it up on Guitar Hero, Largo is a very enjoyable hero.
It's so much fun to play.
Sure. Manny's the sad Sunday morning we spent sitting listening to Are You Mine by the Arctic Monkeys while I played on Guitar Hero.
Well, I spent listening. You spent
Back in the day, man. Back in the
day.
As wondering now, will we be seeing as many? Yet I was just gonna say, will they be making it as obvious with their core picks as early on BDC? And yes, they will. Wraith King coming out here, so that's 2 of the 3 cores picked inside the first 3 picks.
Okay, so this could be an offlane Wraith King. It could be a safe lane Wraith King. It's probably not a mid Wraith King, but it does mean that it's likely that SF. I mean, to be fair, if they could go Wraith King 3, SF 2. At that stage, it's quite greedy, depending on what their carry hero is. But I wonder, do they want to try to force Owen to play mid on the Viper, in compared to offlane? And if they put the SF mid, they will probably force the Viper mid, I'd say. But yeah, we'll see.
And what are you looking? I mean, you're surely looking for another support here on the side of BDC.
Yeah, for sure. Because then you still have the option to flex this to 3 if you want to on the carry.
Unless there's some crazy SF support tech that we haven't heard of.
Is Shadow Demon in the pool? Shadow Demon very good against Viper, yes. But again, they kind of need more of a playmaker, I think, on BDC. In addition to the Snapfire. Shadow Demon also really good against Ringmaster, actually. Okay, well there's the playmaker for sure.
There's the playmaker. Nice little bit of damage there as well. Again, a little bit of flex potential.
Yeah, because I think we've seen JP play this before, so I think this could be offlane too if they want it to be.
Right. Hosakage might have played it too.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Sorry.
Yeah. No, for sure. So there is some flex potential here. I mean, yeah, they really could move these heroes around. Clinks. Okay.
So this hero now finally been completely nerfed, as we saw with an update there either yesterday or the day before, where Valve fixed a bug where he was doing too much tower damage even after they'd nerfed him all those times.
Yeah. They just can't get the code right with this guy.
With this guy?
In general. I mean, I actually like the Clinks pick here. It is definitely a lot worse at tower pushing than it used to be, but it does answer SF, especially if SF is the carry. SF kind of just wants to 1v1 enemy heroes, but it doesn't like dealing with like illusions that much, or like multiple areas of attack coming into it. And Clinks, obviously with the soldiers and with the Ags, is exactly that. So it's pretty hard for him to like 1v1 the Clinks if there's like 7 arrow whatever skeletons hitting them at the same time. So good carry to carry matchup if that is the carry. Generally obviously good in the game against SF. I wouldn't say it's like amazing against Wraith King, because like you kill him once in the burst, but if he comes back up and you get on top of the Clinks, you could definitely kill him. So that's something to be said. But yeah, good pick overall, I think.
Do you see this Wraith King win rate?
No.
66% out of 47 games.
Wow. I mean, that's Bambi.
That's Bambi
Uh,
solo
Literally, yeah.
right there. Rest in peace, Mr. Bambo. Um,
I mean, and Seer, to be fair, Seer and Bambi,
oh yes, the two best Wraith
fan
Kings in
service
Ireland.
right there. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I
Yeah.
think there was a patch. I don't know. Landok 1. No, Landok 1 is on the thing. Oh no, I think one of the it's not. I was about to say one of the dub lands. Wraith King was by far the best hero of the patch, so I wonder is that from that. But there's no dub lands in this sample size, so it can't be that. So yeah, this is literally just Bambi and Seer. Excellent play, I suppose, over the years
Yeah, this
or
is
over the last year.
this is our
Yeah,
our
literally.
um our data from the last year of Irish Dota. As we embark on our new season now, season 6, first season of 2026.
Yeah. So
Moving
they seem to
along
think
nicely.
that on BDC that this is a mid Viper and that Daily is not going to play it, which I feel like Daily will definitely play it if they want him to. So now I suppose they are identifying they do need a bit of a playmaker here. So maybe that's the idea here is that the Clinks kind of showed their hand in the way that they need someone to actually do something on this team.
Yes!
Oh my god, Patter.
Yes!
If he picks it, man, if he picks it.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Oh,
It
there's
is
only
so going to
one
be Daily.
facet. There's only one facet that this DK is allowed to go, or I am going to light his ass up.
Oh my god.
We have been, I suppose, for the there's like 3 people that get my enthusiasm around this. I've been playing a lot of Frost DK, and I've been arguing with all of the Nordies that it's good. They won't listen to me. And I proved it was good by doing fucking horrifically badly on Corrosive DK yesterday. So Daly said to me that if they did well in the first game, that he would consider bringing out the Frost DK in game 2.
Yeah.
So
This is some real
really
testing.
this limit testing, yes.
Yeah.
The Nyx assassin last pick, so they were baiting us out.
Wow.
This is a crazy draft. It's Hosakage mid Earthshaker, young handyman Dragon Knight, boo, as Maggie plays Viper.
Oh wait, what? Okay.
Oh
It is
yes,
Frost Dragon though. It is
yes,
Frost Dragon.
yes.
Okay. So
No,
Daly did not pull Excalibur from the stone, but young handyman did. So
young handyman swooped in. We'll see though if
can
he
he
keeps
wield
it or if
it
he's
though?
baiting
You
me.
know, it could be
that's
a
the
skill
thing.
issue on his end if this doesn't work, right? That's also possible.
Yeah, and he's gonna blame it on the facet and not himself as well.
Yeah.
Is the worst thing.
Anyway, a
That's gonna be
couple of
his
other
excuse.
interesting things. So this is a mid Nyx assassin.
Oh
This game.
fuck!
So that is pretty crazy. Into the DK, I have no idea about that matchup. Do you have any idea?
That's a good one. I have no clue. No, I have no idea.
So they have
Nyx is canonically an awful laner though, right? So
that is true, but maybe
probably
1v1 against DK could be good with like mana
could be
regen
good.
and stuff. I don't know, but anyway, it is a pretty greedy lineup on BDC. Besides offlane Wraith King, and they have the safe lane Shadow Fiend, which like it's basically 2 carry heroes, right? And one might build Radiance on Wraith King. Who knows what his build will be? But yeah, I mean, at least they have the Nyx to play make super early, and they also, if the Nyx once Nyx gets, is it Shard on Nyx now that gives you the break against the Viper, so that's also pretty good. So I kind of like what they're cooking a bit. I do just worry though that they could get into a similar state if they lose lane on Shadow Fiend, where the Wraith King doesn't want to do anything because it needs to farm, and suddenly they're kind of like pushing in the map on I Do Revenge. But it's certainly interesting, at least.
It is certainly interesting. I'm just so happy to see this Frost Dragon in this game.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm so happy. Not sure is it the best game for it.
Does it give attack speed slow as well? Or...
It does.
See, that's kind of good against the SF and stuff, and the Wraith King,
true.
right?
Yeah, attack speed slow, movement speed slow, and regen reduction.
Yeah, the regen reduction's not doing much this game, but the rest could be good.
Does Wraith King's crit still give him lifesteal? No. I suppose he still gets it with Bone Guard, right?
He does, yeah. So I suppose that's kind of good.
Or does he still get lifesteal? Oh no, the Vampiric Spirit, is that his innate now? That's his innate now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will reduce that. So not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, how do you think this Clinks is going to fare now after the nerfs?
I think it's still good. I think it's literally just the tower push, but like the DPS on heroes is still very high. I mean, the Nyx is also quite good because of the invis thing, right? That you get to see invis heroes, so that's probably another reason they picked this. It's the innate, right? Yeah, and it with enemy heroes within 400 units of himself are automatically revealed. So it also gives you a way to track the clinks in this game, which is kind of interesting. I think this Nyx is going to be the X factor here. I kind of like. I think it's a cool idea into the Clinks and into the DK and into the Viper with this like break and stuff. But if it ends up just kind of like losing lane and not having much impact, it could be rough. So we'll see.
This is the classic key tech, which is you bring extra heroes to support your Viper early, because Viper is one of the worst level 1 heroes in the game. As Sabotage going for the unblock here is going to have that cookie ready to go. Maggie, will he be able to catch him out though? Jerry chasing him through the trees, gonna get the first spit down with the poison attack. Fairy Fire being popped, right clicks coming in from Jerry. Is he gonna get the courier? It's shades of APF in the top lane as immediately Swiper Courier
So
goes
true.
down.
See, it's not
Jerry
just me.
getting the block as well here on the creep wave to try and get it in underneath the tower. As they have now drawn aggro. I always forget the rule about that pre 5 minutes. It always changes. But Jerry pulling the wave now, going to bring it around to his Viper.
Yeah, so I think Swiper needs to have a good lane this game, and not just because obviously he didn't have a very good game last game, or had a tough game at least, but because the team is greedy. So if he gets behind, it's going to be really hard for them to defend against the push from the Clinks and the Viper and the DK, who can also play very early with Blink Dagger. Now, something we're noticing straight away is I think DK has a lot more base damage than Nyx, so it's currently 7 and 5 to 1 and 1 on Nyx Assassin on mid. So that doesn't spell very good for BDC, but hopefully, I mean, maybe when he gets more spells, he can get last hits with the Q and stuff on Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I mean, it's
Dragon
only
Knight
going to get
already
harder.
with 10 last hits here. It's going to be tough.
It's only going to get harder once GK gets his passive as well, with the attack speed slow and everything from this fantastic facet.
Yeah.
It's just going to make it really tough.
They did pick this Nyx into the Dragon Knight as well, so like they must have had an idea of how this lane was going to go, or at least they should have. So I wonder if this changes as they get levels.
It's such a strange last pick. I'm not really sure what you see in the enemy team that makes you go, okay, I need the mid Nyx this one. Like that's what needs to happen.
Well, I think the idea is the Clinks and the Viper, the breaks on the two of them, and the break and the vision. I think that's the idea. But Jerry, will he get raised down here a little bit?
Maybe in the top lane, as they do have to go at Jerry going down, being the victim of that first blood, but Swiper finding out what Maggie is all about as he gets spat on by the Viper and is brought down. Sabotage being caught out there. Double kill on Daily. Nice vision put there. As Punjabi caught out now between a fissure and the trees, and is going to go down to click here.
Nice kill.
The support Earthshaker. Yeah, really nice kill.
But yeah, I mean, Viper's going to love lane to this SF, especially if he gets a level advantage here.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, 19 last hits, 9 denies in the mid lane, 10 denies now. Going from bad to worse here. This is going to be a really tough one for Hosakage, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. All 3 cores on ID Revenge leading their lanes pretty significantly right now.
CS low. Sorry. Sorry, force of habit.
No, you're good. But yeah, so this is going to be tough. And they do have once again on Radiant, they have a really good lineup for just running down the enemy base if they come off to a good start. So even with this Jakiro for pushing towers, Klinks obviously pushes towers super quick, and Viper and DK both push towers and just kind of like if they're ahead are impossible to deal with. So hopefully this game doesn't fall down a slippery slope. But it's not nice to see 2 of the cores on Radiant have double-digit denies at 4 minutes, which is shocking. I think, to look at for Dire.
It's getting dire for Dire, is it?
It is getting dire for Dire.
I'm surprised I didn't get a groan in response to that.
You got an apathetic reply.
Yeah, but not a lot of action really going on in these side lanes. It's kind of hard for Dire. They just want to get last hits, to be honest, at this stage.
Yeah,
I'm not really able to find them a whole pile. Click now, trying to.
I'm surprised bottom lane is. I mean, I suppose any Earthshaker lane is pretty rough, and Jakiro's a great laner, so Jakiro Clinks is going to be really tough. But yeah, like Wraith King, you don't want to. Should be okay, but yeah, you don't want to. You need to have a good lane on this like kind of greedier off lane hero as well. But I suppose at least he has a built-in farming mechanism with the skeletons, right? So even if he has a really tough lane, he can
Oh,
go to the jungle and
that
there goes
was
the Earthshaker.
half his health pool with a blood grenade, a liquid frost, and a jewel breath.
Yeah,
So rough.
really, really strong laning here.
Nagy sitting top here on full HP and full mana as well. 24 and 14 on the Viper.
Wow,
And
really, really well played.
uh,
It did.
what's the play here for Dire? Like obviously the lanes are going horrifically. Do you just try and like bring Click through the portal and see can you get a kill on Viper top? Do you bring the top heroes bottom? Like what is there anything you can do
I
really
don't
this early?
really know. Okay, this is cool. A cool blocks from Owen on
Oh,
mid.
very cool blocks. Jerry
Missed
not quite able to connect with the hook with the whip there. Oh, is gonna
oh,
prop the Frost Dragon. Let's try and see can Sabotage run away from him here. Okay, he does have the
he
reposition
can.
ability.
I
Yeah, a little bit more unfortunate
think with
there.
Green Dragon, he would have killed his entire HP pool there, Patter.
I
And
think with
have a kill.
PK, I think with PK Made he would have gotten the kill.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
As they do catch out Jerry here, the whip going down, not gonna be enough.
Nice
Does get
kill.
the Arcane Rune, pays for it with his life. Nice kill going the way of Dire as they fall victim to Punjabi here on the bot lane. The tick damage doing just enough to JP to take him out here.
Damn. Yeah, Jerry was somehow still level 2 in this game, which is kind of crazy. But you do want to give levels to your Viper because every extra level does do a lot.
Click getting caught out with the jewel breath isn't even going to get down the fissure after popping the Lotus. Going from bad to worse here for the side of BDC.
Yeah, Punjabi kind of owning here, to be honest. And this lane is really hard. I'm sure on JP, he's probably just trying to get extra levels and skeletons and then run off to the jungle as soon as possible. But yeah, I don't know what the play is. I mean, obviously you want to do something with your Nyx, but no one on your other side lanes really wants to make kills happen. I mean, Snap probably can when they get 5, or when they get 6, sorry. Same with Earthshaker. But until then, like SF, you can't really do too much with. I mean, maybe with Raises, but it's tough. And Wraith King has level 1 stun and some skeletons, I suppose. But there's maybe something to be done, but I think it's going to be delay again, and hopefully your cores can farm a bit quicker after the lanes this time.
Yeah, that's it. I suppose is getting that catch-up farm and seeing can you find pickoffs. But with this tempo, I Do Revenge really showed in the last game that they are just able to kind of, put the boot on the throat, as it were, and get out of this one quickly. Hosakage now looking for the kill, does have the ultimate ready to go here on the next assassin. Vendetta has been popped. Will he be able to find the kill? Sees Punjabi is going to get hit out with the fissure. Follow-up stun and the right click is going to be enough. 3 killing spree going to Hosakage there. And this is, I suppose, the power spike for the Nyx, is getting that level 6 and then making the moves on the sidelines to see can he create a bit of stability there.
Yeah, that's a really great first kill they need to make happen. Really a nice D-ward from Click before, like they was able to make sure that they had no vision on Radiant when he came down there. Sometimes, that doesn't get coordinated, but in this game it did. Owen trying to push tower with Frost Dragon right now. But
Sabotage, man. He's like at half HP already trying to line up his denial to the Ancients as they move in and manage to get the kill. Swiper is in the jungle now as JP going into the Wraith form again here on this bottom lane. Seeing can he get one more last hit before he goes down. Won't be able to. And
I just can't get through these lanes. It's really tough. Jerry doing a really good job here of kind of just being the extra, because I obviously without the extra slows and stuff from the Ringmaster, it's kind of hard for the Viper to get the kills. But even though like maybe you could be doing more elsewhere, I think just being with the Viper here to make sure they can't do anything in the top lane is really important.
As Hosakage now maybe has been spotted out here. Punjabi popping the dust isn't going to catch him. There definitely is if they can find him. They know in or around where he is. He has been stunned underneath the tower. Going to run right toward Hosakage, who doesn't have the movement speed bonus, but it isn't going to be needed. The Macropyre getting dropped down by Punjabi, is able to get the kill onto Sabotage. 3 heroes in the bot lane now for the Dire side, but a really, really big kill on the Catalyst there, who has more denies than the entire Dire team put together. Currently.
Yep, he does actually. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, Owen, Handyman on this DK, 70 last hits now at 9 minutes 30 is frankly ridiculous. Extremely, extremely rich. Almost a Blink Dagger already. Viper, 69 denies. I've been told.
Nice.
Viper also has these bots going straight into Ags, pretty standard build. Yeah, they got 6 on this Wraith King at least, which is good. If they can get 6 on supports, they can do even more with this next. I do think Hosakage has done everything he can. Like those are 2 really good kills to come down, but yeah, this Dagon's still looking pretty far away after a fairly brutal laning stage.
Oh, and he's going to get caught out there. Yeah, the Twin Tower on this Shakiro just makes it so hard to play into, as he is going to lose the first life on JP. Does level the ulti there. They have caught Punjabi out
Can
now.
he
They are going
die
to catch him
here?
with the sun. It's a 3-man dual breath as they're making the TP down on the bots from Daily coming down on the top lane. Is going to start spitting straight away onto Click. The Viper Strike going down onto Hosakage. They aren't going to be able to get the connection with the Vendetta. Hosakage now broken. Is going to see can he get out. A huge fissure coming in from Click, but it's not going to be enough. Punjabi now caught off on the side. Is not going to go down to
How
Sabotage.
did he live on
Who's
Punjabi? That is
ticks
crazy.
down to the Macropire. Punjabi living with just a hair on his arse cheeks there, as the Nyx Illusion now is going to town on him, but probably not going to be enough. The Jewel Breath's going down. I imagine Punjabi is off on his merry little way back to the fountain, and yes, he is. But that network lead immediately being put to good use here. That really big pickup with the bots straight away by Maggie, realizing that they're just so far ahead, and the ability for him to be at all the team fights is going to be massive. So coming in straight
really
away.
good TP by Daily there, and I can't. They must be so sad on Dire not killing the Chikiro there. JP really struggling, like literally, he is going Radiant, but he literally has brown boots and ring of protection right now. Like the hero is completely nothing. So yeah, they're gonna need a lot of time. And Klink's immediately ganking.
Young Handyman jumping straight in with the Blink Dagger and the right clicks in on the Sabotage. They do have the fire, the Breathe Fire going down. JP now slowed so much by the right clicks coming in from this Frost Dragon. Not able to get away from him. Straight into the Wraith form. Is going to pick up one more last hit before he goes down. Young Handyman there, the iceberg himself, is going to get the kill.
Yeah, like how must it feel for Dire right now looking, and their Wraith King has brown boots, armor protection, the enemy DK has a blink dagger already, the enemy Viper has bots and almost half an Ags. Like there's just the money difference right now. 7k at 12 minutes. It's so tough for I Do Revenge.
Hosakage now going to scuttle himself onto the enemy triangle. See can he find the pick off here. He's going to be walking into vision of the enemy team. Young Handyman with the AD rune, the Frost Dragon, is massive and is going to do so much damage. Hosakage trying to see can he find a pick off on the supports in the backline to see can he get any closer to that Dagon, which is quite a fair bit away now. Is Jerry going to run into the trees here? The Bush Pervert, Hosakage.
They do have a sentry.
They do have vision of him here. He's not going to be able to get the catch off on him. Jerry, though, walking right next to him, is going to go down to Hosakage, but in return is going to be caught out by the rest of the team on I Do Revenge. It's a 1-for-1. The liquid, the frost path even not going to connect there. Ice path even more. Not going to connect.
Nice movement by Daily again there. Oh, will Click go down to the
we definitely will. With that Blink Dagger coming in, nowhere to run once you've been stunned up by the Frost DK. Sabotage trying to get out here, but the archers from the Klink's ult not going to allow that.
TPing straight back to the tower here.
Jerry just watching him here. I'm pretty sure they can both see each other. And the whiffing there on the I don't even know what that's called. The dagger. Yeah. Gonna throw out another one here. JP caught out now, and the Frost DK is here. Nowhere left for him to go. No way for him to attack. No way for him to move. Immediately caught out with the whip and the stun coming in from the Dragonite. The respawn is there from his ultimate, but it is going to be pretty futile as and he does go down in the fountain. That's the TP gone down as Maggie managing to find Swiper out in the top jungle. The kisses coming in from Mortimer here from Sabotage. Not going to be able to find any sort of a kill as they do try and make a hasty retreat, as I believe he's been called out now on this bottom lane and is going to go down to Sabotage. Hosakage picking up that haste rune. Punjabi popping the dust is going to catch out the Nyx Assassin, who will have the haste ready to go for when that dust wears off. Punjabi now is going to play around this mid lane. Hosakage is going to come into him. The liquid... I can't even say it. Ice Path not going to be able to go down there before he gets off. Haste rune being popped. The missing on the impale there.
I don't think he was dying anyway, to be fair, on Jakiro, but
no, probably not. That was
they
need far less damage.
This Dagon. Yeah, they need a Dagon. Interesting to see Owen, Young Handyman, is following your build pattern, so ultimate PK fanboy here. With the
I came up with that one. I definitely
yeah,
came up with that one.
obviously.
I promise you it wasn't him who told me to build that. But yeah, 100 last hits, 105 last hits on this
Yeah,
DK,
the
20
farm
denies.
levels on the cores on Radiant is insane. They've played incredibly well so far this game. I was wondering about there as well when Swiper TP'd out. I wonder, like, would you have lived if you hadn't ultied and just gone TP straight away? Because then by the time he ultied, he then had max nether toxin damage on him below. Like, not like I don't know, it's a hard call either way. But I wonder which way it would have veered if it would have died quicker, or maybe he would have lived. I don't know. But
That's such a hard one, right? Because you get to spell lifesteal from the ultimate and the fear away, but at the same time, like
yeah, exactly, yeah.
it's just standing in that nether toxin. It feels so futile.
Mhm,
Um,
for sure.
so while we have a little bit of a lull in this game, how's your coffee, Adam?
It's very nice.
Ah, good,
Keeping
good.
me going on this Sunday
Yeah.
evening.
I just want to see what Twitch chat thinks of your 9 o'clock coffee.
Well, I know Sam is probably fucking rage typing in the chat right now.
Eyes twitching.
Far too much
Hand
investment in my sleep schedule.
flying across the keyboard.
Catch me at 3:30 in the morning tonight, still playing Dota, I'm sure. So
yeah. Of course. Not quite going to be
we
able to
have
catch
seen
Dota there.
Pujabi on the Chikiro is now a higher net worth than JP on this Wraith King, which is
Oh,
not
that's
something
rough.
you want to see. Yeah.
That is unfortunate, I believe the kids would call it. As they are going to get the stun in onto Click now. The right click's coming in. He just cannot walk away here as they manage to get him. And Sabotage going down to Catalyst in the background. Hosakage coming out of that Vendetta with the stun.
Yeah, there's just no follow-up damage. Like, even like if they'd been able to get that off with the snap kisses or something, maybe it could have worked. But like Shaker, to be fair, Shaker's only 500 gold away from a blink, so maybe that's something like might be a way back into this game. But it just looks so difficult. 6 kills right now, 11k net worth lead for the Radiant. I don't know how I do Revenge come back in this.
Yeah,
I also want to say, I think Catalyst has been really good. Like, every game we've watched him play, he's a really active carry player. Like, he goes through the gates multiple times. He gets involved with his team early. A lot of carry players.
JP, no, call out here again. Viper Strike going down. Nether Toxin, right clicks going in.
Does TP
Almost
out.
certainly going to go down in the fountain. Does get the TP out. Is going to pop that respawn. And yeah, I mean, he gets to live. He doesn't have to wait as long before he can go farming again. He has decided to go toward the Blade Mail now instead of the
Oh, is he gonna
Radiance.
run into Owen here in the top jungle?
No. Well, maybe he's not gonna catch him. He's heading straight for the creeps and probably will run into him. Then Maggie now maybe getting caught out on his bot lane. They have brought Swiper down. The Hosakage is here and is going to be able to get the kill. The Mortimer Skis is coming in as well. Swiper getting caught out in the Macropire, deciding to channel the ultimate just to see can he get any sort of fear off. He's not going to be able to. Catalyst coming in with the cleanup onto Hosakage as they have the blink and the stun onto Sabotage with that Orchid Malevolence. Right clicks coming in. There's nowhere for you to run, and they do get the 3 kills in return. But honestly, you're probably pretty happy with that on the side of BDC. If SF didn't die, you'd be really, really happy.
Yeah, exactly. I think SF dying starts to make it bad. But I mean, killing this Viper is huge. Like, how much gold was that? Over 1,000 gold for the Viper.
Already.
Unfortunately, Jerry is quite poor, so they didn't get too much for Jerry. But yeah.
Hashtag support lives matter.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, so just it's. But I mean, Hosakage is doing everything he can. I do think he is, like, he's been playing well, making the right rotations. It's just when the rest of your team is so far behind, it's really hard to play this Nyx hero. But the Dagon is there now, so maybe there's some heroes he can solo kill. Probably the Ringmaster is doable. I'm not sure Jakiro is doable. He does have 1300 HP and a mech, but yeah.
Jesus. As we are going to get the Viper Strike onto Sabotage here behind the tower, and Catalyst appearing right on to Click as well as they knock off the 2 supports here and go to work on this middle tower.
Yeah, so hard to be supports in this game when the enemy cores are so farmed, especially against this Clinks who's just running around. And Owen's done a really good job of, like, the minute he had his blink dagger, like, there's any hero he sees is just dead on his screen, you know, and that's how you have to play when you're trying to just, like, squeeze the map.
Hosakage, is he going to get caught out here on the Nyx? Not so. Catalyst did smell something funny in the air,
Yeah,
but wasn't able to capitalize on it quite. It's unfortunate for Hosakage, who has spent quite a lot of this game running around in Vendetta and just not able to find the pickoffs. The team of ID Revenge playing the map quite intelligently, that they're playing close together and kind of going coast to coast across the map.
for sure. The only, I mean, Punjabi's still 400 net worth higher than the Wraith King this game, which is
Oh,
crazy.
and
But
the Viper Strike, speaking of the Wraith King, is going to hit up that Blade Mail, but not going to be enough. And he is going to go down straight into Wraith form. But they do find the Vendetta and the Impale onto Maggie here. So they do get the counter kill. They're trading offlane for offlane. And that's a really, really big kill for the side of BDC.
yeah, really, really good. Punjabi going like leading
Oh,
the
and they are
charge
going to
here.
channel the ultimate here on Swiper. The Hypnotize going down there. Young Handyman turning around with the stun. It is going to catch 2 on the Hypnotize, putting him straight into the box. Click getting low. Young Handyman at about a half HP here now is going to get hit with that big old Lotus Ice Path coming in straight away. The blink onto Swiper. Really good discipline there by Young Handyman as it's going to try and catch out the Nyx here, but they're not going to have the stun, who is going to get Jerry in the back line. But it is
Yeah,
still
nice
a
play by
3 for 2.
Hosekage there to kill Jerry and then TP out. I mean, that almost turned out quite good. If Sabotage with a pretty clutch Q there to almost save the SF, but not quite. I was just thinking, looking at JP's inventory, he went for the Blade Mail in the end. I wonder, like, now, like, because you're just going to die no matter what. I wonder now if he's like, oh, if I just committed to the Radiance, I could actually be pretty close to it right now and then give us a chance maybe in this game. But now he's going Blade Mail Blink. I mean, he'll still obviously have some impact, but he could have almost had it at this stage, even though it must, I'm sure it was so tempting. It was, you kind of felt in the moment like you just needed to have some impact for your team and buy an item, you know? Hard to know. Hard to know these
Yeah,
situations.
it's one of those really hard to know, especially when you're playing from so far behind. Like, it all
Yeah,
feels
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
hopeless.
Yeah.
The mental damage of playing from that position as well, not to be
100%.
understated.
Yeah, yeah.
As they are going to try and make a smoke play now onto this top lane, showing
No, they don't
Swiper,
know. The whole team is
aiming
here.
straight in on Young Handyman, getting caught out with the fissure. Click now with a really good disruption of the initiation.
JP here
JP
as
CB'd
well.
up here. They do have the sun out. Swiper struggling to run away with the Frost Dragon passive there on him.
Blink Echo is up and Kiss is in 6, so
Maybe there is a play to make here. Click, trying to see can he find a good Echo Slam. Have we seen an Echo this game?
I don't think so. I
I
mean,
don't think we
maybe,
have either.
yeah, not that I remember.
Not that we've
Hosekage is scouting
spotted
again
now.
here too.
I suppose this is the benefit of the Knicks when playing behind, right? You just can use them as a sentry ward or as
Yeah,
an
yeah,
obs
for
ward.
sure. Now, Viper is gone, so maybe there's a way to do something here. Oh, if he sees
Oh,
Jerry, I
they
think
are
this will be the
definitely,
target.
Jerry, the
Our
bush
poor
pervert, is coming after you. Our poor Jerry. Is he going to get caught out here? He's trying to dosey dome around. Is going to try and delusion bait him. It's not to be. Gets the impale as well as the right click coming out of the vendetta, and it is going to be
Oh,
enough. But
and
Young
charging straight
Handyman
into 4
straight
heroes.
here
No, oh, he does
doesn't
use Dragon
give a
Form,
shit.
though.
Is going to get hit by the Viper Strike. Is click. They're going to cookie him into the fight. I don't believe that was the intended action there, and is going to go down on this Earthshaker. They are going to throw the Impale onto the Viper, who's happy to just stand in the Nether Toxin, bathe in his own spit, as they are going to try and make the lookout now to this mid tier 3. But no, separating out into the map, just putting the
And we have a
squeeze on.
17k net worth at lead at 22 minutes here is absolutely crazy. Your only saving grace this game is at least Swiper is the one with the game. Like last game, it was Hosekage. And I mean, not like saving grace, and obviously you want all your cores to be doing well, but maybe things can go differently with your carry being able to have a game in this one. I'm not sure.
Hosekage catching out Jerry in the bot lane is going to have enough to do it with the Dagon, but the Ice Path is there, and they are going to get the Viper Strike onto him as well. Mortimer's Kiss is coming in now, but it's not really going to be able to connect at the right time. Click
Yeah,
is
that's
there
an
smoked.
unfortunate.
They are going to try and chase off Swiper here, and they are going to be able to get him away. He will not continue with the initiation there.
Yeah, they kind of need these Mortimer's Kisses plus the. I wonder if they thought Shaker was going to go in, but
yeah,
I
I
don't know
guess
if
he
this
needs to
guy
try
can die.
and find it here as Click now. He's going to drop the Echo Slam. Isn't going to have the attack speed to be able to get the hit onto Nagi, and he's going to go down. The Macropyre now is
such a good
huge
Macropyre.
right across the 2 jungle creeps as well. The ultimate not getting channeled yet again on the SF, and it's a team wipe just like that. Catalyst with the triple kill. 13k net worth on this Clinks and a 19k net worth lead. 24 minutes as they go and take the last tier 2 tower on the bot lane.
Yeah, it's so hard. I think they had to be patient there and wait for the Nyx to come in because he's the only one with real pick-off potential. Just not quite getting the thing. But they did try without it. And then obviously Punjabi with an insane Macropyre there, and just the damage is too much when the whole team is there for BDC to really contest.
Yeah, and I mean, it just feels like the formula is about to be fulfilled soon. They're going to go into Roche on the side of I Do Revenge, and they're going to take it, and then they're going to try and push the high ground and see how they go with that. And this game, I feel like it's a lot harder for BDC to defend their high ground than it was last game.
Yeah, no, I agree. They don't have this like potential late game win situation they did last time with the double Kata, double Ravage. This time it's just like, okay, SF is going to hit people, but they don't have a huge team fight. And Wraith King, like realistically, this is not where you imagine this Wraith King being in this game when you drafted it. You know, like not with a Blade Mail Blink. You wanted it to have like Radiance Blink, maybe a BKB or a Deso or something. You know, so yeah, it's tough. Viper just completed the Shiva's Guard as well, really good against the SF, who is not going to have a BKB in this game potentially at all. They're looking at Roche.
Yeah, Catalyst picking up that AD rune here. Hosakage seeing can he find any stragglers across the map. Isn't going to be able to find them down there anyways, as they do go into this Roche pit now in the Nether Toxin. The damage is just insane coming out of this Clinks at this time. And the first Roshan going the way of I Do Revenge.
Yeah, I mean, this is how they're going to try end this game, I think. And I mean, this is the right time to do it. There's basically no money.
As Hosakage making an incredibly ballsy go out onto Maggie here, but the team is here in response. They are going to drop the Echo Slam. He is going to somehow heal from that true
Punjabi with
from
the mech.
Punjabi. Massive TP, and Jerry's here as well. Gonna fake channel the ulti on the SF. The longer you wait, lads, the worse it's gonna be. As Clinks is making the run out here. You need to get out of here, and you need to do it now. Catalyst trying to find the cutoff, but isn't gonna find it. He's gonna attack straight from the low ground. They're gonna get the ice path and the huge Macropire onto Swiper, who is gonna go down. Maggie now jumping straight into the middle of it, going on to sabotage as they have the go out near onto Punjabi in the sideline with Click. Is he gonna be able to get the kill? No, he's not. The Tonic coming in with a save from Jerry the Goat. Young Handyman gets the final kill onto Hosakage, and JP not there for the go out with his team. Probably expected it to just be a one and done, and unfortunately they didn't get out fast enough, and they're all going to pay for it with their lives.
Yeah, like it's just so impossible for Dire now. Like I don't know what they can do in any of these fights.
Yeah, it's felt like that for quite a while, and GG is called rather anticlimactically here with a well played coming in. Really tough second game. For the side of BDC, who never really got into this series. It felt like some flashes of brilliance in the first game, but generally, it always seemed like this was going the way of I Do Revenge.
Yeah, they were pretty commanding in this game. I think the draft was better as well. Like, I'm not sure this Wraith King, and once again, they kind of played for the late game again on BDC, but like, it's hard to know if you're going to get there against these good players, and you saw the Viper early. So it was just, I don't know, I think yeah, it was just super hard. I mean, obviously they're way out MMO'd in this game, especially with the stand-in on Punjabi, so it's always going to be really tough. But yeah, I think I Do Revenge is very cleanly executed in this game by all their players. Yeah, I don't think BDC should feel that bad. I mean, like it just kind of it never really felt like they had too much of a chance in this one. But again, yeah, the MMR disparity is pretty high. So
yeah, pretty big MMR disparity. But a valiant showing from the side of
for sure,
BDC nonetheless. And we have had a few questions answered tonight in tonight's broadcast, like who is going to be the top team of the Irish Dota League Season 6 Division 2, and it is without doubt now I Do Revenge. And of course we've also answered the age-old question of what is the best DK facet. It is Cross Dragon. Proven now.
608, that's pretty Chad by own.
Yeah, has to be done. But with that, I believe that is everything that we have for you tonight. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining. If you're looking to get involved, go to Dota2Ireland.com. You'll find all the standing statistics and upcoming fixtures of this season's Irish Dota League and the upcoming Irish Dota LAN, which is set to take place on the 18th and 19th of April. We've do our best to broadcast every game that happens in the IDL, and that is hopefully going to continue with the game Imprint Esports versus Moshan of the Roshan tomorrow night, and various other games that are coming up this week. I'm not sure have we anything else officially scheduled yet. We have Five Suns No Brains versus Cav and Kresh next Saturday, and then we have that's all that's on the schedule for the time being. But yeah, I've been PK. I've been joined by the fantastic Adam and of course Mr. Malou on production. Thank you very much for watching, and we will hopefully see you in the next one.
Thanks everyone.